Hey everybody, everyone can see me, hear me okay? My internet is horrible, so I'm just checking first. How's the quality look? All right, awesome, awesome. Old man's got to put his glasses on. Can't read this stuff. Hey, thanks, Todd. I worked on that all week, man. This is my first time doing a stream. Awesome. Thanks, Doug. All right, good deal. How many people we got in here? Let me hang on. Let me check real quick. 47 people. Wow. A lot more than I expected. So, do we chat first for a little bit? Or you guys want to jump right into the giveaway? How do you want to run this? Oh, I am nervous. Any new projects? God, I got a lot of things going on. I bought a solar scope about a month ago, and I started putting a video together with that, just waiting for the weather to clear up and just get things dialed in. It's something new for me, so that'll be coming up soon. I bought a 3D printer. I don't know if you guys saw the short that I put out yesterday, so I've been learning that. So that's another project in itself. Bourbon Tribe, what part of the country are you in? I am in Northeast Ohio, about 30 miles south of Cleveland. Tech by Paco. I put all that together. There's free templates that you can buy and snap into OBS, which is what I'm using to do my streaming. So it wasn't too hard, just had to learn how to put everything together. My solar scope is a Daystar, so comparable to the Lunt 60. Mean Willie, you're welcome, man. Thanks for that. Oh no, I know. I'm already. Actually, I just printed this out this morning. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's where is my scope? I have a polar scope, a 90-degree right angle. What did I do with it? I lost it. Anyways, the me and a buddy of mine bought the same one, and this little square, it's a cold shoe adapter, and it slides in, and it snapped like after the second use. So I was able to print us out a couple new ones, so that was pretty cool. 3D modeling side, I'm trying to learn Fusion 360. I'm getting it, but it's rough, but I'll get there. Tyler, Ohio. What part of Ohio are you in? Panther Blitz, you still have time. If you look in the description, go to the video, just leave a comment, and you'll be entered in. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. It was awesome that Dwarf Lab allowed me to do this too. Actually, two. Don't forget about, again, in the description of the live stream, there's a link that Dwarf Lab is giving another Dwarf 2 away on my behalf, I guess you'd say. That's got another 3 weeks, I think, to go before they'll pull a random name. Hello from Arizona. Hey, Ray. Got North Carolina, UK. Welcome, Mike. Yep, you have to get over here and grab that, Ariel. Oh yeah, Lake Erie Islands. Know the area well. Yep, everything's frozen outside. Scotland. Wow. Greece. Thanks for the congrats, George. That's crazy. Holmes County from Tyler. Yeah, Fusion is a little rough. I'm just the simplest things, man, I find myself struggling with, but YouTube's my friend, right? So, been getting through it a little bit at a time. James from British Columbia. Douglas from Canada. Nameless Beards from Texas. Yeah, Nathan, Shaper 3D. I mean, there's a handful that I wanted to look at, and I'll probably jump around. I usually do. It seemed like Fusion 360 was pretty popular. I don't know yet. I'm faking it right now. So Peter from Sweden, snowing outside. Yeah, we got a little bit yesterday, but nothing that stuck. I'm sure you guys get a lot more. Danielle from Italy. Ciao. Another Arizona, Ottawa, Douglas. Switch from Fusion to Onshape, web-based and works for my needs. Yep, there's a lot of good tools out there. Boy, you guys are chatting away, man. I'm almost running out of time here to read everything. So, Seth, I have a star reduction script that will do that for you automatically. That may be what they were talking about. 9 p.m. in France. Well, you guys 6 hours ahead of us, right? Yep. So Shutterbug, that's unfortunately there's no answer for a question like that. You know, it's first of all, I don't think I would be the one to tell you which telescope to buy. I've got two, three, counting my solar scope. There's so many options out there. It depends on a lot of different things. It's not an easy question to answer. Lithuania, Robert, welcome. Eric, thanks for the custom scripts. Hey, you're welcome, man. That's a lot of fun to do. I wish they'd open it up a little bit more. I wish there was some more logic, or not some more, but some logic within them. I could do a lot more cooler things with it. You can script outside of Siril, kind of like Cyrillic, if you guys have used that before. You start outside of Siril, and then when it's done, it ports everything over, but it's kind of backwards. I wish they give us the ability to build into the program itself like PixInsight does, but maybe someday. 70 degrees in Texas. I don't want to hear it, Nameless. It's like 30 here, I think, right now. 32. Tech by Paco. What do you do when you aren't astroing and teaching us on YouTube? I'm working my day job. Now 3D printing too, in between everything else. So Seth, no, not right now, but if you want to shoot me an email, I can help you out with any questions that you have. I'd be more than happy to help you with that. Yeah, Northern Kentucky, that's a good answer. You know, it's like I said, it's tough to say, get this camera, get this telescope. There's just too many options. Your budget comes into play, obviously. So, I seen, Willie, I seen a lot of that online, right? The C Star versus the Dwarf 2. And for me, I don't think anybody wins. In my mind, that's kind of like asking me what's better, my Celestron 8-inch or my Red Cat 51. They both serve their purposes. There's pros and cons to both, and there's pros and cons to the C Star and the Dwarf. I haven't used the C Star at all. Maybe someday they'll reach out to me. Maybe I'll get a loaner sent over here and I can play with it. Um, you know, so I don't think it's a good comparison. They're in the same ballpark, but they serve different purposes sometimes. Big Q from Germany, welcome. Nope. Fun Maps, we haven't announced the winner yet. We're just chatting for a few minutes here. Hey, you're welcome, Ray. I'm glad you guys have been finding the videos helpful. It's this channel has become part of a hobby for me. All these great comments and hearing that you guys are learning from them, that's very satisfying for me. It keeps me going, keeps me want to do this stuff. Massimo from Italy, welcome. All right, well, it's about quarter after the hour. What do you say we give this thing away? You guys ready? I think we're ready. I'm gonna switch screens here and answer a couple more questions first. Proteus 5, what was my first scope and how did I get started? My first legitimate scope was the Red Cat 51. Before that, I was just shooting with my Canon M50 and the kit lens, just on a tripod. Yeah, Bourbon Tribe, and I appreciate it when you guys do that. It really helps the channel. I bought my solar scope with money from ad revenue and from donations and memberships from you guys, so that's why I want to do a video on it, kind of give back a little bit. All right, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna switch screens here and let's get into this giveaway. So I'm gonna scrape my comments, see if we got any more since we started. We did. So we got 227 people eligible for this contest. So here we go. I'm gonna hit the big start button. You guys ready? I feel so cheesy. Here we go. Come on, drum roll, anticipation. MBeeg75. Congratulations. Are you in the chat here with us? MBeeg75. That'd be cool if he's in the chat. Take a quick screenshot so I don't forget who this is. Even though it's being recorded. With my luck, I'll lose that. So like I said, again, in the beginning in the stream, in the description of this live stream, and I think I have them in all the other Dwarf videos too, there's another giveaway that Dwarf Lab is doing on my behalf. So if you haven't joined that yet, jump over there and throw your name in the hat. Nope, I'm waiting to see if they are, but I don't see anybody responding. Not with that name. But if you are on, like I said in the video, I'm going to reply over onto your comment. And then once you see that, shoot me an email. And I'm going to send a code or a phrase or something for you to go back and edit your comment. That's just a way for me to verify you are who you say you are, because there's too many scammers nowadays going on. I don't want anybody to get burned. So everybody ready for Christmas? We're not. We're actually going to go get a tree right after this stream is over here, so. No, I don't think they are, B. Gibbs. I haven't seen them pop up. Will Duck, you're welcome, man. Appreciate that. Oh, look, merchandise plug. Go get yourself a coffee cup. Insane. The second giveaway is a link in the description of this live stream. It takes you over. Dwarf Lab is actually hosting that one in like, I think it's 18 or 19 days. They'll draw somebody randomly. They're not going to do anything live like this, but. Michael, yeah, isn't that the truth? I tell you, when I bought that solar scope, it was sunny days. I had cloudy nights, but I had sunny days like all the time. And I swear, as soon as I bought that thing, it just clouded over 24/7, so. Did she have more than one tree too, Bourbon? Thanksgiving. Wow. Yeah, thanks, Chuck. That's right. I forgot. It's 1 year anniversary for the channel. 1 year today when I posted my first video. Like I said before, it's not a good video, but a few days later was my first tutorial, my first full tutorial on Siril, and that one did pretty well. You know, and a funny story, this channel almost didn't happen because I have a barbecue channel that I started a couple years ago, and it was doing okay. But for the most part, man, all that work I put into putting a new video up, setting everything up outside, and just get, you know, a couple hundred views, it got to be more of a chore. And a family member of mine actually kept telling me I should start this channel. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go through that again. I put all that work in and nobody's watching. And it was probably about 4 times every time I'd see him. He's like, start that channel. I'm telling you, it's going to do good. So I did, and I'm glad I did. So, Jerry, if you're watching, it's because of you, man. Thanks. Brad, yeah, you know, I've been thinking about that. I've had a few people ask me to do a live stream while I'm imaging or and even processing sometimes. So maybe one of these days, we'll see. I have to compete with internet bandwidth with my kids and their gaming because we're out in a little bit of a rural area and we're on Verizon's cell network for Wi-Fi, which isn't horrible, but latency's been pretty bad recently. So if I'm streaming and they're gaming, it's not a pretty sight. Michael, yeah, you ain't getting my red cat, buddy. I love that thing. Hey, Tyler, thanks for stopping, man. Actually, CUDA 71, I think all of those except for Facebook, as long as you click and just visit the site, you don't have to be logged in. And the it'll put a check marks. Just click on each of those links. I was just doing this with somebody else the other day. If you click on like their Instagram link, you don't need to log in, I don't think. And you just come back and you'll see a check mark there. So try it. Yeah, Chuck, barbecue in deep space. That's right, man. Stars and barbecue. Yep. I just made some big plate ribs a couple weeks ago. It's our favorite. Just, oh, stuff's expensive though sometimes. Just depends on the when you go and get it. Yeah, you know, Chris, I've been thinking about ham radio. I know a few people that are into it as well. I don't know if I need another expensive hobby though. Starlink, yeah, you know, so I was on their waiting list for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, because we had DSL, that's all we had, 12 down, one up. And then Verizon said, hey, we can give you internet over our cell network. So we tried that. It's like 25 bucks a month because we're already a customer. And it was, even though it's 50 down is not that fast, it was good enough for gaming, streaming, and everything. But so I canceled my Starlink when it was available. And just a couple months, about a month and a half ago, I think latency on Verizon's network has just been horrible. So yeah, I'm looking to go back and signing up for Starlink. It's still available here, so it's probably what I'll end up doing. I just didn't want to drop the 600 bucks for the equipment, and then it's like what 125, I think, a month versus my 25 now. But hopefully, if we do that, I don't have any issues with that. It seems like every time I jump and make a decision for something else, it's good for a while, and then it gets oversold or whatever they're doing. B Gibbs, the solar scope, the differences between them, I honestly don't know. This is the one. This is the Daystar that I have. So, you know, I think it's comparable in size, and it's a 60 millimeter, has the built-in 4.3 Barlow, I believe it is. And the cork, the only thing like some people don't like about this one is the cork that's built into this. It's built into it. You can't take it off and put it on another refractor like you can if you just bought a cork for your refractor. But only refractor I have is the Red Cat, and that's 250 millimeter. That's not going to get me close enough, anyways. So I just went with the all-in-one thing, and so far it's pretty cool. I mean, I got some pretty good images and time lapses out of it. Yeah, Daniel, I don't plan on stopping. I'm having a lot of fun with the channel, man. Yeah, no, Siril is a really good program. It's, one thing that drives me crazy online in some of these groups, especially on Facebook, new users jump in there and they ask what software should I use, and they announce themselves as being new, and people will tell them PixInsight, and I'm a fairly technical guy, and when I first downloaded the trial version of PixInsight, I can usually peck around at least and get going. I was like, what the hell is this? It's intimidating. I bought a copy of it since then, but I don't use it too much because I'm so wrapped up with Siril for the channel and stuff like that now. But Siril, I mean, PixInsight can do everything that Siril can do, but they both do them equally well. Siril doesn't have anything on, or PixInsight doesn't have anything on Siril, I don't think, for generalized hyperbolic stretch and background extraction. All those functions work the same, I believe, in both programs. Now, PixInsight is huge. It's got tons more tools that can make things a lot easier, but it's a huge learning curve. It's not good for a beginner to start out with unless you're super, super technical. Well, let's hope that they respond, Mary Ellen. I'm sure that they will. If not, then I'll figure something else out, but I'll cross that bridge if and when we come to it. Yeah, Shutterbug, I saw that resin stuff, and it kind of intrigued me. Not that I want to jump into it, I don't think, but I'm definitely going to look into it just to see what it's about. So James, so Starlink's been that good for you? Do you or anybody else in your house do a lot of gaming or anything like that? How's the latency on that stuff? Like even during storms and snow and rain and stuff, do you see any effect from that kind of connection? CUDA 71, yeah, I mean, and you probably see it in my beginner videos at the end. I usually do touch up in Photoshop. That camera raw filter is like my favorite thing to use. It helps just make it, just to put the final touches on it. It's not needed, but I think it helps. All right, we'll see you, Quentin. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. So the maps, I'm sorry, I just lost the question. Quentin, so, no, not Quentin, Brad. So the light pollution maps say I'm Bortle 5. My astronomy club, we have a, where we do our star parties in the park. We have an observatory. It's like a 10-minute drive for me. That's Bortle 4. So I think I'm probably more of like a 4.5. I have some light pollution off to the east, but it's usually pretty dark back here. If the scene's really clear, I can once my eyes adjust, I could see the Milky Way. Massive, yeah, my green theme. All that stuff was accidental. Like I said, I wasn't even gonna do this channel. I just kind of slapped the name together and the green aliens, which are sitting in my backyard and lit up with a green spotlight. So I decided, okay, we'll do green. It's just funny how this whole thing started. I really didn't put too much thought into it because I did not think it was gonna grow the way it's been growing. So it was a pleasant surprise. All right, Doug. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, Starlink bad for astrophotography. Thank God for Sigma rejection, right? See how much it can actually keep up with it if it's in every exposure in the coming years. I'm sure, just like everything though, I'm sure the technology will keep up with it, and help us keep that stuff out of there. Brenti, I believe. Brenti probably. From Germany. Thanks for joining. There's a Milky Way little. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I have my wife's one of her cousins kind of interested in getting into it, but he lives in like a Bortle 8, and he's like, I won't be able to do anything. I'm like, well, you'll be able to. It's just gonna be tougher. You know, there's a whole nother set of a whole nother workflow, right? You have to shoot. I mean, look at Quib, the lazy geek. He's Bortle 8 or 9 or whatever in Tokyo, and he shoots through all that stuff. So you just got to learn how to do it. It's just a challenge. Yeah, I'm lucky to be where I'm at, where I don't have to drive when I want to shoot. Pedro, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, yeah, Bourbon. I've got some more. I've got a couple that I want to work on, but I'm actually waiting for version 1.2.1 of Siril to come out because as I was planning for both videos, I found bugs that would affect what I was trying to do. So I'm waiting for them to patch the bugs. I reported it to them, and they told me it would be in the 1.2.1 release. So just want to make sure. I don't want to put a video out and say, hey, this is a bug, it'll be fixed, and then it doesn't make sense. So I'm just going to wait on those. Well, guys, unless you have any more specific questions, I think we're going to call that a wrap. I appreciate everybody stopping by. This is really cool. I did not expect to have this many people in this live stream. I thought it was going to be like, 4 or 5 people, half of which are my friends. So it's really cool that you all jumped in here. I appreciate that. Thanks, James. All right, guys. I'm out. Thanks again for stopping by. And well, I probably won't. We're getting close. I was going to say, if I don't have another video out by Christmas, Merry Christmas, but we'll see. I got lots of things going on. You all know. Holidays get busy, right? So, Merry Christmas to all of you. Take care, and again, thanks for stopping by.